they doing here? Is that why Hulu was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later.
Should've got careless. Burn! Have a load of this. You can't run! Well, that's all you got. Don't be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Disappear! Yeah.
You can't run! Miscalculated.
I'll protect us.
Let's see. Feels clogged.
This water will be frozen in time.
Windblade!
First.
La, 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 la,
Shouldn't get
la.
careless.
Hi.
Let's move.
Yeah. Hi.
Take cover. Have a load of this. Detoxifying heat. You need a
With the wind! Verdict is...
must counterattack. Death. Let's end it.
Windblade!
Cool it! Freeze! I will end
Time for retribution!
you! This isn't good.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first? Mark my words, vengeance will—
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of my arch-enemies?
Arch-enemies? Wait a minute! You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed a second ago!
By which I meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt. Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius. And speaking of rude, he's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him? I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
No! This is an assignment from Master Jean! It's just
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum.
hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another transgression to avenge.
But didn't you see it first? Oh,
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
that's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grandmaster's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger weirdos before.
Ha! Yeah! Yeah! What? Yeah! Yeah! Disappear! Windblade! What? Yeah!
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing.
you finally arrived.
Wait, hold on. There's something we...
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes. But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand. Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to: your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique... Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange? It seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. For example, when greeting a friend, you could say, "As the morning dew greets the coming dawn."
As the morning dew does what now?
However, such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of a morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship. Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's...
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used towards certain friends with whom one is acquainted. It sounds much more pleasant to call an acquaintance a dear friend. So another thing to remember, aristocrats are concerned with face and being polite. However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them. This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait! This is all too abstract. Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Ah. Very well. Come with me. We'll choose some bystanders to converse with.
Oh, you're...
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the... Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... What comes next? Oh, right.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do, just beat it. Like I said, I don't care what you're... And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. You there, please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nob- Huh? Why don't you respond? Right. Fine. You may
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. You, please acknowledge the... Huh? Why don't you... Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll... Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something. Then again, I've got no words for any...
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it. Even to this very day, the descendants of the Lawrence clan are still scheming to reclaim Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just...
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius. I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that I'm serious. Listen here, if you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone...
Paimon thinks we've seen enough now. Let's just stop. Actually, Paimon thinks we should apologize.
What can we do? The Lawrence... Don't worry. What with me being a knight of... Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech...
So this is the way things are normally for...
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family... As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation. At least I have a means of living a relatively normal life.
Yeah! Why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will... Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now. Right? Right? We'll just have to roll with... Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else, but we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come.
It's so cold.
If you wish to truly achieve the for example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse, but a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake. Uh-huh. This is where you can finally apply.
All right, let's get started.
Windblade! Dodge this!
Not bad. A lot better than I had. Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real battle, one would seldom have a chance to stop and evaluate the situation. There's a ley line monolith just up ahead that will attract nearby monsters. True elegance is the ability to... My family set only the highest expectations. Let's proceed, shall we? This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Floating disc. Windblade. Burn! Windblade!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Verdict is... Windblade! Cool it! Time for retribution! Is this an answer from this world?
I'll keep an eye on you.
Disappear! Burn!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Verdict is... Windblade!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Retribution!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. Let's spark things up a little.
Time for retribution! Windblade!
You're in for a little shock. Come a little.
With the wind!
You've been a naughty boy.
Burn!
Surrender and I'll be gentle. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Burn!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. You're in for a little shock.
Wind blade!
Oh, come a little closer.
Time for retribution! Burn!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. Let's spark things up a little. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Verdict is...
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again.
Burn! Ha! Ha! Wind blade! With the wind!
Hup, he, here, here, he, he, huh? You, here. Hup, huh? He, he, here. Hup, he, huh? Whoa.
You're in for a little shock. You've been a naughty boy. Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Time for retribution! Ha! Ha! Burn!
You failed this time. What a shame. But not to worry. It's just training after all. Let's try again. You,
Wind blade! Verdict is...
he, he, ha. Dig, ha, ha, he, ha. Dig, ha, here, whoa. He, ha. Hup, here, huh. Dig, he, hup. Here, huh.
Blitz.
Time for retribution!
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Disappear! Wind blade! Yeah.
Well done. And you managed to remain calm even in these grueling dragons. Given such an outstanding performance, it seemed...
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our specialty. So, that's it for our training, right?
Hold on. I was commending the Traveler's performance just now.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the training?
Yes, of course. You were frantically flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Not an elegant sight at all. Did you even listen to anything I was trying to teach?
Yeah, that's it. It's too cold here.
Whatever the reason, not heeding my instructions. Now.
Huh? What is it?
Certainly not. It's warm milk. Didn't you just say that you were freezing?
Oh,
If I wasn't, then why would I care about you being cold? If so, dear friend, don't die on me out here.
Ah! Paimon knew something was off.
All in the name of vengeance. Now then, given that your training is complete, it's time we return. I already have something in mind. Let's...
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
We meet again, Amber. Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about grabbing a bite at Good Hunter. But now that you're here, why don't we all eat together?
Very well. It's been some time since we've last... Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while...
Yes? Is there something else you'd like?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut?
Coming right up.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also something that Amber ordered?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't order any vegetables, I thought I'd throw in a salad on the house.
So, we clearly didn't order this, yet you prepared it without authorization.
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am. Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle? Paimon's never even heard that dish before.
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't eat.
I never expected us to have such completely different... Of course not. It's hard to find someone in...
It's fine when you're just joking between us. But Eula's always talking about vengeance, but
I am serious. And I'll remember every transgression committed against me. It's no wonder so...
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Listen, you've never been labeled as a social pariah,
Well... no?
So that's why you wouldn't understand how hard it is for a bad person to try to be good. It's impossible for me, and I have no intention of acting like a good person. All right, no need to look so sullen. I'm just...
Oh, I'm stuck.
No need. I've left the Mora under the plate. If you try to settle it, don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. All right, next you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain.
Aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better if you two went alone. Ah, yes. Please do remember...
I still have more recon to do and...
Let's meet again. What...
Here, the Gabratin. And by the way, don't...
Paimon's been meaning to ask, but she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now.
The people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lawrence name. They are unable to see past her family, therefore they don't actually... So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries to accomplish.
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights.
Whoa! So both sides were unhappy.
That's right. So you can imagine how determined Eula must have been under such circumstances. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of... In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight, silently helping one person after another. People like Eula should be approached with care and understanding. She could stand to be... I believe a day will come when things will get better.
Once everything's settled, we should go talk to Eula again. Paimon thinks...
I'm glad. I think that would make her very happy. Though, take care. Please...
Add Astra... You have already...
There's a player nearby! Seems to be... Could this be another aristocratic custom?
Ah, it's you again. Magnanimous. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
Ah, a kindred spirit, I see. Yeah, impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become well-versed in our etiquette.
Oh, so he was testing us.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress, if I may ask, from whence did... Ah, good. Very good. You are bright.
By the way, we brought a gift. Ahem. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token of our good...
Could this be? Gebratnes Fleisch mit Sauer? It's evident that your sentiment is genuine. As a young person, it's been so long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. Ah, yes. This aroma...
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes like.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family... Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, please, come with me. We have to see some... friends.
So he trusts us solely...
Well then, let's get going, shall we?
Do you think his friends are the Fatui? Things will get sticky if the Fatui happen to recognize you. What should we do?
Verdict is...
Let the show begin. Huh. Hi. Huh. 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 He.
Yeah.
Hi. Let's dance. Huh. Hi. Huh. Hi. Huh. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward.
Huh? Why have you put on a mask all of a sudden? Even if they are powerful, our status is much higher than theirs, and therefore we shouldn't allow them...
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize...
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you as my guest. As you'll see in a moment, there are many already helping us. I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius, but it's the only place around Mondstadt that is well concealed and spacious enough. Although it has fallen into disrepair and does not suit the tastes of the nobility, we simply have to make do for now.
Sorry, can we walk any faster?
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps.
As expected, it's the Fatui!
As expected.
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favored.
Hold it right there!
If you really must know, they're my guests. If you happen to offend them and even...
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise caution.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman?
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine.
Continue with us. They don't dare to question you.
Of course, that is the benefit of prestige. In past times,